Only two left. Only two left. Only two left. Okay. So, episode 6 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We take a zebra to Vegas. Now, if you've seen my other ones, you know I like to start the videos off not by going in chronological order, which I then do, but I talk about what pissed me off the most, because usually there's one thing I can point to that pissed me off the most about each episode. The first one, it was cucking Gabe. The third one was something about Medusa. So it's, you get my point. It's like there's always something that stuck out to me that I wanted to get off my chest first. And with this one, it happens at the tail end of the episode. Like, literally the last thing to happen in this episode. So, if you've read the novel, and if you're watching this show, or watching my reviews of this show, you probably have. Now, a big point of that book is that he was given 3 pearls by the water spirit so that he could get out of the underworld, but he had to leave his mom behind so he, Grover, and Annabeth could escape because they only had 3. And in the movies, he took his mom, and Grover decided to stay behind to complete his arc of being Percy's protector. I think you can see where I'm going with this, and I guarantee most book fans who haven't been watching this show are going to have a big what the fuck moment here. She gives him 4. She gives him 4. Are you serious? That's a huge point of the book, is that somebody had to stay behind. And hell, even the movie got that right. And people bitch about how bad of an adaptation the movies are. The movie seems to be getting more accurate than this show. And that's not done. There's a lot of shit that the movie got better with the Lotus Casino. Because, first off, something that wasn't in the movie, they're traveling with the zoo animals, obviously. Percy, okay, I guess we're going in chronological order now, because might as well, that's how I do these. So, it starts off with another dream sequence, which, again, these would be fine if they meant anything, but they really don't. All we see is some random old Asian dude talking to whoever stole the bolt, we all know it's Ares, and it's not... And Percy suspects this is Hades. I swear to God, if this old Asian dude is Hades, I'm gonna lose my mind. But I don't think it is, because the one who sent for the bolt is obviously Kronos. But are you telling me Percy's seeing Kronos as some random old Asian dude? Really? And it's not even, like, the other dream sequences, they were dumb as fuck. And it was just, I'm assuming, Kronos off in the distance and some weird cloaking, looked like Darth Maul when he was walking through the desert in Star Wars Rebels. Like, either way, he was just talking in some cliche villain raspy voice like this. And it was like in the middle of like the desert and everything or something, or on a beach, but it was more intimidating. It was better than just some random Asian dude in an office. Seriously, what the hell is up with this? And then Grover gets frees the animals when they get out. But guess what? Another big thing that happened in the book is Percy learns he can talk to horses because he talks to the zebra. No talking zebra. No, none. We don't even hear the animals talk from Grover's point of view or anything. No talking zebra. Why? I don't fucking know. Maybe they didn't have the budget for it. But again, if you don't have the budget to make you jerk yourselves off about how accurate the show is to the book. If you don't have the budget to make your show accurate to the book, then don't fucking bother. Or don't tout yourself as some close adaptation if you're just gonna piss all over that when you actually make the show. But the Lotus Casino is probably the thing that has angered me the most about this show. Because it's just so botched. Okay, for one, they go there to find Hermes. And first off, they pretty much figure out that this is the lair of the Lotus Eaters before they even go in. I mean, in the book, they went in there for refuge and to, like, after they had just escaped, they go there for refuge and just try to stay there for a little while because, like, oh, what's the harm? We still got 6 days till the solstice. Oh, and by the way, okay, you know what? I'll get into that. Something about the solstice. I'll get into that when it actually comes up, though. Holy hell. But they're still assuming shit and being 100% right, and that comes up again later, and then they meet up with Hermes. And by the way, the cuts to black are still here, but thankfully this episode only did it once. So I guess they're improving in the editing department, but something I haven't talked about is the cinematography in this show, because it's ass. I mean, it's not to the point where you can't see anything, but it's just boring shot layouts. It's the most generic shot layouts you can find. It's about what I'm doing here, except I just have my camera in one spot and I'm just talking to it. I'm not trying to film some high budget, I don't know how big the budget was for this show, Disney Plus show, but whatever. Grover finds a random satyr in there, and they just talk about the hunt for Pan, I guess because we had to bring it up more than once in this show. And again, it wasn't Grover who explained that earlier to Percy, it was Annabeth for some fucking reason, but that's besides the point. They talk to Hermes for a long-ass time, and he doesn't help them. Like, they go to him for help, he doesn't help them. You know what they do? They steal his car. No, really. He doesn't transport them to Santa Monica or anything like you would think he would. They steal his fucking car. That's the only reason he's here, so they can steal his car. What? And again, yeah, they steal the car. They don't get in a taxi, actually, and use oh, by the way, the credit cards, they're not here. The casino cards that they use that are actually like the replacement for the Lotus Flowers, they're not even here. Fuck's sake, Percy and Annabeth don't even come under the trance. Grover kind of does, but that's it, and he's only under it for a few seconds, because by the way, you know how in both the book and in the film, I feel like I have to keep I have to emphasize every time it was in the film that it was referenced that they lost track of time, like they were there for a few hours, and 5 days had passed. And again, the movie got that exactly right. He even says, we were in there for 5 days, and Grover says it felt like hours. Here, they're in there for, even Percy says they've been in there 20 minutes. And again, they don't come under the trance or anything. They're walking around and talking to Hermes for like Percy says, for about 20 minutes, and days have passed. Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, I'm just gonna bring it up now. When Percy talks to the water spirit, the solstice has already passed, apparently. This isn't, both the book and the movie got this right, where they come out the day before the solstice. Here, the solstice has already passed, and they're already preparing for war. Ugh. And, let me see, what else I got on my notes here? Yeah, again, they steal Hermes' taxi for some reason, and they just teleport there. And by the way, the music in the show has been something I've hated because it's just generic, and even to the point where the main, credits theme is just the fucking Avengers theme. And this pisses me off more because the music is something that is criminally underappreciated with the first two movies. Hell, I'm planning to do an entire video of why Andrew Lockington's score for Sea of Monsters is genius, because I just love how he did the score. And Christoph Beck's score for The Lightning Thief was no slouch either. It was really cool, and the theme was really great. Here, the theme is just the Avengers theme. But even still, it's been really quiet and just kind of drowned out in the background most of the time. But for some reason, we needed some big, heroic music for Percy making a slow-ass turn in a car in a parking garage. That's where you decided to swell your music? Really? And it's just the pacing is still awful, because every single conversation seems to last as long as possible for the sake of padding out the running time. And that is it. And again, this is why these books were better adapted as movies, because these books are not long enough for a TV show, and apparently they figured that out halfway through, so they started padding everything out with slow conversations that just repeat shit. Like the conversation with Hermes, we're not supposed to know a lot of this stuff until a few books down the road. So I don't know why they're already having this conversation here. Again, it's just to pad out running time. But again, with this episode, you didn't need to pad out running time because you have the whole thing where they go under the trance and Percy snaps out of his trance when he finds somebody there from the 70s. Again, something else the movie got right. Again, people claim that the movies are such terrible adaptations, and this show is a perfect adaptation, even better than the book, when it can't even get basic shit right, and it's changing things for God knows what reason. And again, the movies made changes, but they owned up to it. Riordan said that, it's 100% faithful with minor tweaks here and there. Are you serious? You're seriously telling me that these are minor tweaks? And again, just the thing at the end with the 4 pearls, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, by the way, this is something that isn't really that big a deal, but still worth bringing up, that Percy's voice sounds normal underwater. Not only does that not make any sense, it's not how it was in the book. I guess they didn't have the budget to make his voice sound a bit distorted. They gave it a slight echo, but that's about it. You might as well have it in an empty, padded room in an insane asylum. But again, the thing that pisses me off most about this episode was the 4 pearls. And the tease for the next episode just has Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, so I swear to God, if they do the thing in the next episode where he loses one of the fucking pearls and that is the reason why he leaves his mom behind because he lost one of the pearls in the underworld, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I mean, I'm already pissed, but I'm going to be even more pissed about this stupid-ass addition. But why? This isn't the entire point. This is Percy's big character arc in the novel, is that he, again, the line, you will fail to save what matters most in the end, because he physically can't save his mother because he doesn't have enough, because the pearls don't work that way. He can't save his mother, but now he has enough. So what's even the point of that line in the prophecy now? And again, I can almost guarantee they're going to do a thing where he loses one of the pearls or something, or Hades destroys one of the pearls or something. They're going to pull some bullshit like that. God, this show is so bad. It's almost over, though. It's almost over, and I can take a little bit of solace in knowing that this is almost fucking over. Although Disney Plus was kind of pissing me off because there were only a few minutes left in the episode and it decided to start fucking up and start buffering and cutting out and shit. So I had to sit through this episode even longer than I wanted. So that's all I got for this godforsaken episode. This one pissed me off way more than surprisingly more than a lot of the others. Like I said, like the episode I plunged to my death was just, it was easily the least worst because it was the shortest. This one tied it in runtime, but it was so much worse because of a lot of stupid decisions that didn't make any sense, and ones that even break the story already. Much you want to bitch about the movie, there was nothing that actually broke the story, because cutting errors doesn't break the story, because Luke still stole the bolt in the book and the movie. Here, why does he have 4 pearls? I don't know. You'd think that'd be a minor detail, but it's not. It's one of the big story beats for the end of the book, and they've already fucked it up. How do you do that? Oh, that's all I got. I'm gonna shout my voice hoarse if I go on any longer. So that's all I got. I'll see you next time. Bye.